Yo, welcome to my channel Word Draws a Lot. Obviously I'm Word, or I wouldn't have named it Word Draws a Lot. So for this week's video, I've decided to actually sign up for the Copic Award 2021 contest. So this is my entry right here, which I'm going to be coloring on camera because I worked really hard on this so far, which is, I went on to Procreate, I created the poses, and then I did everything that I could to make it look right. Then I transferred it onto paper through the light table as I usually do. I used my Copic liners, and this is the Copic Selections paper that I'm going to be using as well for it. And yeah. So let me talk a little bit about the Copic Award contest. Every year Copic, straight from Japan, holds this contest where you are able to submit your artwork that you've done using your Copic markers, and maybe you get a chance to win the prize. So speaking about the prizes, there are a bunch of different categories in which you can list in. There's the craft awards, which there are multiple of those, the illustration awards, awards that are for people who are under the age of 18, and even awards for like social media. And I think it's really fair that they're separating these different types of awards based on different items, because I feel like judging illustration to a craft item to a work that's done by someone who is younger, or even just something that's online, is all very different from each other, which is why this judging process takes so long. So you have from May to June to sign up for the contest. So they give you a little bit of breathing room to make your drawing and perfect it, do whatever you need to it, and then you would head on to the Copic website and you would put your entry in through there. I'll leave links down below just in case you want to see how to enter and stuff like that, or if you just want to see the process of how everything is done, because I know not everybody necessarily draws, but some people just like to get involved with the drawing community and like to see what's going on from there. Okay, so the judging process takes a while, obviously, because they receive thousands of artwork from all over the world, I believe, and they have to judge every single one in accordance to what they like, don't like, etc. I'm not too 100% sure on the judging process or how they go about it. I think there's more information online, but basically they go through all that and then they choose their finalists. So I think there's like 2 rounds of finalists, I believe. One in August, which is when they go through majority. Then from the finalists, they go and rejudge everything again until September. So I believe probably somewhere towards the end of the year is where you actually have people who have been selected to win and stuff like that. So it's a really long process. That's why I think that it's also fair is that they're taking time to actually look at each individual artwork and consider the illustration per person in each category. So I think that's really cool. So there are certain guidelines that you also have to follow in order to participate in the contest, such as you have to only use Copics, which I think is not fair, because, you know, you're entering this contest primarily to win Copic, so it's like, what's the point of that? But I don't know. There are also factors such as it can't weigh too much. I think it's like over 11 pounds, which is like weird. How could a art piece weigh something? But there's remembering the category of the craft section. Some crafts actually do have weight to it, so there's that. And then it's also that if it is an illustration on a piece of paper, it can't be too big of a piece of paper or else they won't accept it. There's like a whole guideline list on the website too as to what it can or can't be in order for it to be considered by the judges and for it to be accepted as an entry. So there's also that to take in. Like I said earlier, there are different awards that you could sign up for according to the artwork that you put in. There are really big prizes for these awards, such as winning a lot of Copic markers, or autographs from the judges who are pretty up there within the whole like art world. And there's also even the chance to win a trip to Japan for the Copic Awards ceremony, free of cost, of course, because you're the winner. So that would be like super cool. You can also look back on the entries that have already won from the previous years. It's on the Copic website listed like on the top right somewhere. It'll show you like Copic Awards from X year, any of these years. And I think that's cool that you could look back on the artists that have already won. And not only that, but you could see how diverse it was for the judges to pick something like that. So it wasn't just one kind of artwork that won. They're all different in their own category and respect, and you could tell the difference from the people who were older and won the prize, or are younger, or they just use a lot of colors, not many colors, a lot of detail, and little detail. There's like a whole bunch of different stuff, which is really nice to see from different artists, and that they do actually pick different artists for their skills and aren't afraid to do that. Okay, so now I want to talk about my entry. I pushed myself a lot on this one. I tried it really hard to make it dynamic as possible, while also conveying how the characters are. And for those of you who might know, the character squatting is Nikki, my original character, and then the one who's standing, which is on the left, he's Nikki's twin brother, Rose. So you have both Nikki and Rose, and there's graffiti cans in their hands. Behind them is the graffiti that they had just done on the wall. They basically tagged a wall, and it says break. So within their universe, they're both models. This is actually a photo shoot for the brand Break, which is the clothing that they have on. So I decided to go with that for the entry that I wanted to do. I made sure that this time I really pushed the background, that there was something there instead of just the characters being left in this white empty space behind them. And I tried to make sure it looked like that Rose was coming forward while Nikki was a little bit behind him, maybe like a step or two behind him, and he's squatting. Anything else that I could really think of? I'm not too sure, but I basically am very happy with the result that I did. And I'm really hard on myself, and I never give myself enough credit, and it's always because I think I'm not good enough. And that's even why I'm participating this year, is because I finally think I'm good enough. So whether I win or not, it doesn't really matter to me. But what does matter to me is that I did it. Is like I signed up for a contest, and I'm happy enough with my work to do so, and I'm proud of myself. Whether I do actually win or not, I don't care. It's just I did it for me, because it's very hard for me to do something for myself. So I'm actually proud. That's weird, but yeah, I'm actually proud of my work for once. And yeah, I'm hoping the judging goes great, and whoever wins, congrats already from now, because it's super hard to win against something like this. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember, I love you. Bye.